Alright. We in this bitch, man. This is episode 162 type shit. I'm back type shit. I ain't gonna hold you, man. There's a whole lot of shit I want to get into, man. Let's go and get right into it.
Welcome to Raw is OG.
What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? DJ, hit me! Gang. Fuck him up. Yeah. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by yours truly, OGHatch. Man, I spin that block for them hating ass niggas in the back, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the first episode I'm recording as a 28-year-old man, and I want to be a little bit more mature this time around. So, I'm gonna say, for all the bitch ass niggas in the back, them hating ass niggas in the back, and all the big booty bad bitches, please come to the front and always let them know your boy is. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest motherfucking host of them all. OGHatch, you know the fuck it is, man. What's up with y'all, man? Hopefully out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. There's a whole lot of shit going on the trenches, man. Take each and every episode. So shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, enjoying the conversation. I truly appreciate all the love and motherfucking me support, man. Let's keep this empire going, break by motherfucking break. Want to shout out to everybody that's tapped in, on all the DSPs, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Audible, etc. We pulled up like Curry in that bitch. For the people on YouTube at OGHatchTV, for people on Rumble, whatever the fuck you supporting the podcast at, man, I truly appreciate all the love and support. Also, I want to shout out to everybody that tapped in, told you boy happy birthday, man. Round of applause for all the friends that sure that did that, man. I truly, I'm humble, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on, turn it off. I feel like a little, okay, I understand. Okay, all right, everybody calm down. Everybody be quiet. I'm a little rusty, man. I ain't been on the motherfucking soundboard in a minute, man. On my birthday, man, I feel like a little Instagram thought, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody coming out the woodworks made me feel so fucking good. It was a very interesting birthday year, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Didn't really celebrate with the family how I usually do. It was a little bit weird. Things typically never pan out on my birthday how I wanted to. And this year I was kind of fed up. But this year I was able to be accompanied by someone who was very, let's just say, is cool at the moment. Someone who was very cool at the moment, someone I have a very good relationship with. We went out to Sedona, Arizona for my first time. I've been out here in Arizona since 2013, technically. Actually living here since 2014 after I came back from Old West. And I've never been to Sedona. Always heard about Sedona, always heard about Flagstaff and shit like that. I've never been up to these places. Went up to Sedona, had a time of my life, man. Sightseeing, seeing these mountains, seeing the sunset, just being in that environment. Some niggas be forgetting, bro. I'm from St. Louis. I was raised in St. Louis, Missouri, bro. And St. Louis ain't shit there. Ain't shit there in St. Louis. Like, ain't shit in St. Louis. I ain't even trying to shit on it. Like, ain't shit in St. Louis. Niggas that's in St. Louis that love St. Louis to its core, no, ain't shit in St. Louis. When I say I'm in St. Louis, I'm just talking about the people type shit. The atmosphere, the energy type shit. You know what I'm saying? So me coming from St. Louis, I told you about how I felt when I was in Mexico, when I was in Jamaica, when I was on them cruises and shit like that. Just seeing things that I never really thought about seeing. It was kind of the same thing in Sedona, bro. Seeing those sunsets and, going through those little trails and going through those pathways and shit, getting some head on the mountain, looking up at the stars, like, man, I had a time. But also, just taking it all in, being in the moment. We went to a place called the Vortex, where, you go and time kind of, goes still, It's the energy of that area. And you're supposed to go there and meditate and things of that nature. If you follow me on social media, that's like the last picture, I believe, the two last pictures from the Vortex. It was that just to clear my mind type shit, man. It's a lot of shit going on behind the fucking scenes, bro. Although I had a great time in Sedona, celebrating my 28th birthday. Once again, shout out to everybody that tapped in. It's a lot going on, man. I wanted to record an episode for you guys to drop it on my birthday. Couldn't do that, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't record the episode either because I had technical difficulties, but I'm still having technical difficulties. But my laptop is crashing on me. I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. It's been a rough day. I'm also, while out in Sedona, I messed up my toe. I'm actually injured right now recording this podcast. I thought I broke my big toe, bro. Drinking, having on flip-flops, walking over rocks and shit to get to a lake. Some more sightseeing shit, trying to be like the white folks. Fucked up, man. A rock shifted on me. I started stumbling, keeping my balance. Should have just failed, but keeping my balance. And I'm smacking my big toe on like 6 different fucking rocks. Nigga, I thought my shit was broke, but what it did is it pulled my nail up, so my toenail is up. My toe is infected, bro. I'm on antibiotics. This shit hurt, bro. My shit blistering up, bro. It's a whole lot of shit, bro. Last night, my fucking dog got into a fight with a cat on my patio. My weird ass neighbor, she fucking feeding stray cats, bro. It's a whole lot of shit going on in my life right now that got me pulled in a lot of different directions, man. So I wanted to make sure I came here and recorded for you guys, but I've been trying to get this episode out for at least 4 hours now, so I just want to keep going before this shit crashes on me, man. Give you guys the great content y'all accustomed to. There's a whole lot of shit on the motherfucking me document. Episode 162 on the ground 200. This shit won't stop for a motherfucking me. So, you know. I've always noticed as a black man, as African American, not even just a black man, as African American, that our influence on people's lives as African Americans is stolen from us. People always talk about cultures and things like that. Cool. But I never want to get into the point to where I look at it in the negative. I always look at it in the positive, think about how dope we are as a people, that we inspire and change and we can influence other motherfucking cultures of people. But I always get mad at the point where when I see black people who don't understand their value. And sometimes I don't understand my value, bro. I do this fucking podcast, people be trying to come on here and, to promote their shit. And I'm like, man, hold on, man. I don't really know if my shit doing enough to even where to benefit you enough to do that. But clearly they clearly see it in me that it will benefit them. But sometimes I stop myself from certain bags that way because I don't see my true, value at all times. And a lot of times when it comes to us as a culture, bro, we don't really see it. And the reason why I bring it up is because we have a large influence on people. We always just stick to music, right? It ain't even about music. People always talk about the music, the hairstyles, and the face tats and shit like that. Okay, that's the surface things. But have you ever just peeped the shit that we like becomes popular? Have you ever just peeped that? The shit that we like becomes popular. The things that we choose to do are some of our biggest names, or our biggest influencers. The things that they choose to do become the new it thing. It was a few weeks ago. What was it, like 2, 3, maybe 3 weeks ago when Drake went on that Bobby Altoff girls podcast. Now, before I even get into this, I want to say this is no hate. I don't know Bobby Altoff. They said she comes from TikTok. I be on TikTok. Never seen her before. The first time I seen her is like a week or two before the Drake show when she was doing something with Funny Marco. And she was kind of doing Funny Marco to Funny Marco. And I kind of thought that was the joke of it. But when Drake goes on Bobby, I think it's pronounced Bobby Altoff. He goes on Bobby Altoff's show in the bed with the glass of, mimosa and shit like that. I remember seeing the YouTube, view. I was tracking it, my nigga. Not even on purpose type shit. Like, it was just something that kept coming up on my, recommended. Like, even if I had already, watched it type shit. That motherfucker was doing 7 million views in, 4 days. I don't even want to check it right now because it's probably way past that. But I remember it was at a point where it did 7 million views in 4 days. And I had never heard of this girl. Never heard of this fucking girl. Then later you see her and Lil Yachty. Now one would think, okay, Lil Yachty and Drake is pretty cool. It would make sense that he does it now. Lil Yachty would do it. But then you would still understand where Lil Yachty stands in the culture right now. Lil Yachty has made his own lane to be someone who's very respected in the music industry. So then once you also see that and Drake And then you see people coming up with this saying that she's an industry plant. This is the first industry plant in podcasting. I totally agree. But what we have to understand is this ties back to, what is the nigga, Elliot? The nigga Elliot, who was saying that Drake doesn't go on black, you know what I'm saying, platforms and things like that. I really don't even want to get that to Elliot Wilson because academics said that shit months ago. But it really picked up news like a few weeks back when Elliot Wilson said that about Drake. How these dudes, him, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole, don't go on these black platforms that help bring them to the fucking forefront. They only go and do interviews with fucking J. Cole to interview Bob Myers, my nigga. Like,
wow.
Bob Myers, my nigga? That's who you did your interview with? You didn't do it with academics, Charlemagne, $1 million worth of game, you know what I'm saying, Joe Budden. You didn't do it with none of the niggas that we look at for our news. You went to go talk to Bob fucking Myers. Okay. When you see Kendrick Lamar do an interview, it's like with the Rolling Stones or some shit. Now when you see Drake do interviews, it's with who? Some fucking white girl named Bobby Altar. And people don't understand that, black people don't understand that their influence, we don't value that. We value white people's influence much more than we value ours. And the reason why I say is because you have to understand why Drake and Lil Yachty's going to go talk to Bobby Altar and not going to go talk to Joe Budden, Charlemagne, DJ Academics and Elliot Wilson. They don't need them niggas. Them niggas' audience don't really move the needle for them. You have to understand who Drake is trying to tap into. He's not trying to tap into niggas like me, pause. He's not trying to tap into, even the younger versions of me. Drake is trying to tap into that market where the Bad Bunnies and shit is at, the Taylor Swifts and shit is at. That feminine, gender fluid era of niggas. Drake and Lil Yachty, the fingernail paint niggas, they trying to tap into that era of nigga. That era of nigga won't come from the hip hop platforms. You're not gonna get the ears of them niggas talking to Joe Budden, Charlemagne the God, DJ Academics, Rap Radar. You $1 million worth of game. You're not gonna get that audience. Where do you get that audience? The TikTok girl. That's where you get that audience. Go talk to fucking Bobby Altar. Do that weird ass shit. Drake as a damn near 40-year-old man laying in bed with a fucking mimosa with your finger painted nails, talking to some fucking young white girl saying, yeah, you hit.
Wow.
That's how you get to that audience. But as the black man who's going over to speak to that girl, they're not valuing their influence because now, what do I see? All I see is people who look like me, think like me, talk like me, talking about how fucking funny Bobby Altar is. You're putting this woman on. Is she the first industry plant in podcasting? Maybe so. This bitch came out of nowhere. What the fuck is that? Oh, my bad. The bitch came out of nowhere and did 7 million views in 4 days. That's fucking crazy. You have to salute it, but damn, that's fucking crazy. But then also, it goes over to products. This was something I want to talk about on the podcast for months, but I think I just kept skipping. I think I tweeted about it one time. Maybe I did talk about it on the show, but I don't know. I think I talked about it when Diddy was talking about, niggas not supporting his, what's this shit called? What's this shit called? Deleon or some shit like that? Start with a D. Sorry, puppy. My bad. I ain't never drunk the shit. And niggas wasn't pumping that, but niggas was pumping Casamigos. And if you notice, Casamigos came out of nowhere. Casamigos really became popular because of hip hop. And I don't even think at the time when Casamigos became popular, niggas knew that was George Clooney shit. I didn't know that was George Clooney shit until way later. Until I really tasted Casamigos and was like, that's overrated as fuck. I think the news about George Clooney owning that shit didn't become trade general public information until like right before Casamigos was sold for. He sold it for like a lot of money. That's the only time I have found out that George Clooney was a part of that shit. And at one point it's like, damn, y'all niggas really blew up George Clooney's fucking tequila. But niggas don't fuck with Dwayne The Rock tequila. Terramania is way better than fucking Casamigos. It's gluten free. The shit goes down way smoother. The shit really tastes like fucking water. I just had, when I was in Sedona, what did I have? 818. I had Kendall Jenner shit. Now, granted, I ain't finna sit here and say, go pump up Kendall Jenner shit over Dwayne The Rock Johnson shit, over Kevin Hart shit, over Diddy shit. But Kendall Jenner shit is fire. Her shit gluten-free too. At this point in my life, bro, I'm telling everybody, bro, if you gonna drink, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's dangerous because you may drink the whole bottle, but drink some fucking gluten-free tequila and see how good that shit tastes. You can drink a shot of water and not even taste shit after everything. But I noticed that with George Clooney, and I was always thinking to myself, you know what I would hope that we would blow up like we did George Clooney's tequila? I would hope that we blow up Bun B's Trill Burger. And it's something that you have to love to see. Now, I don't know if it's because you see Bun B really peddling, like hustling this shit. Like, I don't know if y'all noticing this shit, but Bun B really treating this burger shit like he's slinging mixtapes out of fucking trunks. Everywhere I look, Bun B got a tray full of fucking burgers at Rolling Louds, festivals, all that shit. He got all these rapper shit popping up to his place, and he giving their ass a burger. He going to studios, giving niggas burgers, putting their ass on Instagram, and promoting the fuck out these burgers. To the point, nigga, I want a fucking Trill Burger, my nigga. He needs to come to AZ and give me a Trill Burger. Bun, give me a Trill Burger. But in all seriousness, when I seen the video of Bun B in the club and I seen James Harden when I'm on Instagram, James Harden taking 7 burgers. I'm seeing everybody snatching the burgers. I'm seeing everybody eating the burgers and saying how good they are and shit like that. Now let's not get it twisted. I'm a burger eating nigga. Do I think that those look the best? I don't know. They look like some homemade fucking burgers. And maybe that's the fucking thing. Maybe I always thought homemade burgers tasted better than fucking, you know what I'm saying, out to eat burgers. Especially when my mama made the shits. So Bun B probably got that home style burger for you for you niggas. But I want niggas to blow Bun B shit up as big as we blew George Clooney shit up. Because at a certain point in time, we have to understand our influence. We have to understand our impact on the numbers. Because we support everybody. We support these white people shit way more than we support our own. We all know the whole situation about black-owned businesses. Niggas always complain about black-owned businesses charging a lot of money. Do you know how much you niggas buy? How much you niggas spend for purple? For that fear God shit? Bro, if you go on that website, bro, them fucking shirts is like $400. But you niggas be complaining going to an all black owned business that's selling fucking me tenders and fries for $15. You niggas complaining about that. Maybe that shit makes sense. Now I get it, $15 for tenders and fries. Them better be bottomless fries, bitch. But at the same damn time, you niggas is still getting hella fresh from designer that's owned by these white folks. You niggas blew George Clooney shit the fuck up, but Diddy complaining. But Dwayne and Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart and all that shit ain't getting a fucking taste test. But you niggas was gulping Casamigos down. What did you see Ja Morant in the club pouring down his throat? Casamigos. What is that video of Lil Uzi pouring down his throat? Casamigos. What's in every rap song? Casa fucking Migos. You think George Clooney paid these niggas to say Casamigos? It's free promotion. So why don't you niggas get free promotion to Bun B? Let's get that pop. I love the direction it's going. But I'm still seeing Bun B having to do way more work than George Clooney fucking did. George Clooney just sat the fuck back. I'm literally seeing Bun B out here on the streets peddling fucking burgers. We gotta get that man up there, but we gotta get that man shit yanking like y'all did George Clooney. George Clooney, Casamigos, I wanna see they 6 month, I wanna stay quarterlies for 2 years. I wanna see Casamigos quarterlies for 2 years, my nigga. Cause I'm pretty sure it was dead spike. That shit came out of nowhere, my nigga, in a short fucking period of time. And it's kind of the same thing when I noticed about, what's that movie? The Barbie movie that came out. I've been out for a little minute, so I'm touching on all types of shit, bro. So if you think these types a little bit, you know what I mean? Niggas, did niggas understand what was going on with that Barbie movie? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Now, granted, I understand that Barbie dolls for young girls is everything. It's everything. I get it. Barbie dolls for young girls are everything. Everything. Like how wrestling figures were everything for young boys. Action figures, whatever route you want to take. But when the Barbie movie came out, did you see how many black girls and black women was running to the theaters and, you know, so they pink and all that shit, you know, supporting the fuck out of this movie? Did you see that? Did you see the numbers that the Barbie, you know what I'm saying, brought in for first week sales and all that good shit? Out the fucking roof. Now, granted, it's Barbie. You expect that. But I never would expect that amount of black people to support a white movie. I'm talking that movie was white. I didn't watch it. I'd be damned if I even give it a chance. But to see how we supported the fuck out of the Barbie movie. The Barbie movie. But think about how every other time a Jordan Peele movie come out, every Jordan Peele movie after motherfucking me, I can't even think of the first one. The first one. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Every Jordan Peele movie after the first one gets criticized heavily. The support drops. But Barbie comes out with Ryan fucking Gosling, a fucking white, what is this, a musical? These niggas singing and shit. They doing the bop bop buying that motherfucker. You niggas ran to support that. Let's support Trill Burgers how y'all support the fucking Barbie movie and Casamigos, man. Can we please? Please? Is that too much to fucking ask, man? Real motherfucking me talk, man. Moving on. You know, we're 162 episodes into this journey, man. I've always been very prideful and being able to come on this podcast and share my story and being able to impact others and things like that. We've reached so many countries at this point in time. We've had thousands upon thousands of streams and downloads, nearing that 15K range. You know, as much pride as I take in that, I still understand that not everyone should do it. Because I've been there to where my trauma has been weaponized against me. And it took me a long time to understand that some people just assholes. Some people look for weaknesses in people. It took me a long time to understand that. I'll be honest with you. It took me a long time to get over that fact. And the moment I did, I was very, 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 very proud of myself. I'll be honest with you. You know, I came across a clip. And it was very disturbing. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I play it, it may bring out the giggles and shit like that from a lot of you. I won't judge you from that. I'll be honest with you because some of this shit be funny. But sometimes you gotta really sit back and peep about what's really being said and the damage that's really being done. You know, I want to play this clip for y'all real fast and I'm gonna give y'all my input. Let's go and get the pop.
That's real love, bro. You trying to hug her and shit.
Bro,
What the
you don't know what she's done to me, bro. She tell me get raped. They tell me they done something my thing, bro.
You got raped, bro.
Yeah, I got raped, bro.
You that's real love, bro. Keep trying, bro. For real.
She fucking done something my face, bro. That shit hurt, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
You don't sit there and tell somebody you go get raped in goddamn jail. I just got raped.
You got raped in jail?
No, I didn't get raped in jail. I got raped while I was asleep.
Recently?
Yeah, bro.
By who, bro?
Daniel Lehman.
He said, by who, bro? If you understand what was being said in that video, a young man was saying that his girlfriend had said to him, go get raped in jail after he had recently disclosed to her that he was recently raped. He was raped in his sleep. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say every man goes through situations where he's been raped because that's a bit extreme.
Wow.
But I do say every man goes through things, and this is one of their biggest fears. Weaponizing a man's trauma is fucking wild. Because people always want to say, why do men not open up? Why do men keep things inside? This is why. This is why. Because no man ever wants to be viewed as less than soft, weak. No man ever wants to be viewed as that. No man ever wants to be viewed as that. And to avoid being looked at in those ways, men try to bottle up anything that can be viewed as weak. Anything that could have been at any weak moment in their life, anytime they've been viewed, could be possibly viewed as a victim. Anything that makes them look less than alpha or superior in their mind, they want to keep that in, not let that out to the public. It's levels more than embarrassing. You know what I mean? So if a man comes out and tells you, yo, I was raped, that took a lot for that man to come out and say. I can only imagine. I can only imagine for a woman to say, nigga, that go get raped in jail, nigga. That's tough as fuck. And in the moment, a lot of us will hear that video and laugh and hear the nigga as asking the questions back to him, like, who the fuck is Daniel Lilly? We will hear that and laugh. But the true victim is that man who confided in someone he loved and trusted and cared about, who weaponized his trauma. And I bring it up on the podcast. I want to ask all the friends of the show. Has your trauma ever been weaponized against you? Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever came across a motherfucker who just wasn't shit to a point that they would weaponize your trauma? Now, a lot of us, I don't know if you would look at that as a form of gaslight. I don't know how you would view that. But I've had it done to me. To see it in 4K, this shit is wild. The shit hit a different chord. I ain't gonna lie to you. That hit different. That hit a bit different. And it truly is sad, man. It truly is sad that them had to go through that. But weaponizing someone's trauma is wild as fuck. And it goes both ways. Typically, we see it with men doing it to women, pimps doing it to hoes and stuff like that. Weaponizing someone's trauma is crazy. I was just rewatching Love and Hip Hop. Hey, yo, I'm being honest with you. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is one of the greatest shows to ever grace the television screen. But I just went back and rewatched all of Love and Hip Hop. And early on in those seasons, you will hear a lot of Stevie J talking to Jocelyn, saying he would send her back to the strip club. I gave you this life. I changed your life. Weaponizing her trauma. If you don't know the story of Jocelyn Hernandez came out and said she was raped as a child. Didn't have a relationship with her mother. Didn't have a relationship with her father. Became a stripper. Taking care of herself early on at like 12 or 13 or something like that. So when you see the way Jocelyn acts, that falls in line to the niggas I know who had similar backgrounds and what they do in their regular everyday life. They some fuck ups. She just happened to make it type shit. So you've seen a lot of Stevie J early on weaponizing her trauma against her. You see a lot of it with Pimps and Hoes. You see a lot of it with, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of different situations. Don't want to call anybody else out, but you see in those situations. One thing I will say about Stevie J, he was absolutely right. Jocelyn Hernandez is a fucking star, bro. We, 10, 12, 13 years later, she got her own show popping on Zeus. I ain't gonna lie to you, without Jocelyn's cabaret, Zeus is pretty ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. And he was right. She's a fucking star. She's an international sensation. But the fact is, trauma was weaponized against that young woman. So it is wild to see when you see motherfuckers do that, bro. It truly motherfucking is. Moving on. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. The topic I've been dreading. Now, I didn't see the fight itself. Like I told you, I was out in Sedona. I've been missing some crazy fights, but if you know Ashley, you know that's not me. I've truly just been occupied, spending my time with motherfuckers, having fun, and trying to choose happiness, right? And just getting out the house more, trying to show my face and shit like that. So I missed a lot of fights, bro. I missed the last 2 big UFC pay-per-views. And obviously I missed the fight that I've been talking about for 3 damn years now. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came down.
Damn. Look, man. I've been on record, you know what I'm saying I was a fan of both Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., but I'm an Errol Spence Jr. guy. I just was enamored by the way he fought, you know what I'm saying? Big, just punching through niggas' guards, body shot, real fundamentally sound, you know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford, we all knew was a headhunter. Once he see you hurt, you pretty much eye there type shit. He get to open his mouth type shit, and next thing you know, niggas is on the pavement. He beat the fuck out of Errol Spence Jr., man.
Wow.
Like, he really beat the fuck out of Errol Spence Jr.
Wow.
He dropped Errol Spence 3 times.
Wow.
And then Errol Spence faced like Martin.
Wow.
When he fought Tommy Hitman Hearns.
Wow.
I'm watching the episode later.
Wow.
He beat that man ass, bro. I saw the footage on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the replays. I'm seeing the clips. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That fight hit different because nobody expected that. Even if you thought Errol Spence was gonna lose, even if you thought Bud Crawford was gonna lose, nobody would ever sit here and say a nigga was just gonna get dog walked in that fight. Vegas didn't say it. Niggas ain't said that shit for years. When niggas was hyping his fights up in the barbershops and through text, yeah, niggas had probably said nigga, but when? But everybody was acknowledging that this was a close fight. Everybody expected a toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow war in the middle of the ring. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to make excuses, bro, because I'm not that type of nigga. I've never been one to make excuses. When niggas lose. And that Errol Spence lost. He got his ass whooped. I love the way he handled this shit in defeat. I love the way he's carrying on about this shit. He's handling it the same way he handled winning. He was a humble winner. He's a humble loser. And I love it about Errol Spence Jr. But something didn't look right about Errol Spence leading up to this fight, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't look right. And it just didn't fucking look right. I'm seeing the footage of him walking when he arrived to the arena. He looked high as fuck. Maybe he was high as fuck. Maybe, I'm not trying to say the whole dehydration shit because he always had to drop down to 147. Lately, he been talking about how he been having great weight cuts and stuff like that. Something felt off about Errol Spence Jr. Now I'm getting videos and clips about, you know what I'm saying, how after the second round, I think it was the second knockdown or something like that, whenever he got knocked down at the end of the round, they say right before the round came out, a doctor came in and did a neurological check on Errol Spence Jr. And they say a lot, and people were going on to how that's going over a lot of motherfuckers' heads because when have you ever seen that? In the moment, you may just think the doctor checking on a nigga, but you've never seen him do a neurological check. And a lot of people were saying Errol Spence Jr. came into the fight with the pre-existing injury. The only reason why I give credence to that is because there was a video that was circulating about Errol Spence on his media day leading up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? They go to the open gym, he in there training with his trainer and shit like that, doing his little, you know what I'm saying, little workouts and shit like that. He was getting caught by his trainer. Like, we've never seen, like, Errol, I don't give a fuck what you say of you. If you thought Terrence Crawford was going to win that fight, you're not going to sit here and say Errol Spence was a fluke. He was a bitch ass nigga. Errol Spence is a true fucking dog. He had those 3 belts for a reason, my nigga. It was a reason this fight was what it was. It wasn't because Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, yeah, but Errol Spence was the nigga, was the big fish. He was the A side of the fight. As much as we love Terrence Crawford, his opponents and shit like that, he need, you know what I'm saying, worthy adversaries to build his case to become one of the greatest of all time. And that fight with Errol Spence is helping solidify that, but he still need more. Errol Spence won that fight. Errol Spence ain't got to fight no more niggas. He done already tapped everybody else ass on PBC. So it don't matter how you think of Earl, you're not going to tell me that Earl looked like the Earl we accustomed to seeing. I'm not going to blame it on that accident because he fought, 3 other fights after that accident and looked damn good. Ugas, Garcia, and I believe it was probably one other person, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not going to sit here and say that about Errol Spence was the accident or anything else. What I will say is he looked a little bit off. I'm seeing reports that he has a neurological disorder now. I've seen reports that he came into the fight with that shit. And that would explain why everybody's saying this nigga looked high as fuck. That's why everybody's saying this nigga looked off coming into the fight. A lot of people saying nigga had neurological disorder coming into the fight, bro. When you see a nigga get hit and he start bleeding and shit like that early on in the fight, something's off, bro. That's not normal shit. We not gonna sit here and say Terrence Crawford just hit that. We don't get that fucking hard. Or a nigga start bleeding in his face like that. You don't even know where the fuck he bleeding from. I don't know, B. But that shit hurt my soul, man, to see my boy get beat like that. I do want to see the rematch, just because he deserves that rematch. If he wants that rematch, I want to see him get it. It's not a fight I'm clamoring for, but if he wants that rematch the same way them niggas gave Deontay Wilder ass 3 times to beat to fight Tyson Fury, you can give Errol Spence Jr. a motherfucking rematch. If it's at 154, I think that'd be a little bit better, just because he don't have to cut as much weight. But I will also say don't do it in December. I will try to fight that rematch next year. Get Terrence Crawford ass a little bit older, man, and try to take advantage that way, because as of right now, he's still fast as fuck. He seems to be the stronger fighter, which I still don't understand how. Because Errol, that didn't look like Errol, so maybe that's why he was a stronger fighter that night. But that just didn't look like the truth that I'm accustomed to seeing, real talk. But shout out to Terrence Crawford. I like Terrence Crawford. I'm a fan of Terrence Crawford. I just had him 1B. I had them both, 1A, 1B. I just had Terrence Crawford 1B, just off preference type shit. It was never against his style or anything like that. This was all just a preference fight. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboys making bets type shit. That's all it truly was. But shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. Niggas is saying crazy shit like he would have beat Mayweather now. Like, he's earned the right to be in these conversations of putting on probably the greatest performance of his career this past Saturday night, man. So shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. But moving on. I want to get into this. I came across this clip from Angela Yee's new radio show she does with, I think she did with Offset. And Offset was speaking about why men cheat and why he cheated. Before I play this clip, I want to say this. I have no idea. You know what? Fuck it. Let's play the clip first. I just have no idea why women do this. You can't ask a nigga who ain't shit. Hold on, I'm sorry. I just got a wild ass text. Okay, never mind. I can say it later. I never understand why women do this. Let me see this. Here we go. Okay, what the fuck is that?
Think you could cheat on somebody and still be in love?
For sure.
Okay. So
For sure.
I want to ask you this as a man. That women want to know, why do men cheat? Like, what would, for yourself,
I can't personally speak on why men cheat, but
for you.
Like, when I did do that, like, I was in a different space. I was young. I had just got married. I'm getting a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Really was communication. We got married, and then we ended up, communication was good.
Communication.
I wasn't saying my wants and needs or whatever. And
bitch wasn't listening.
Sometimes you feel like you were one person that communicate, because it's like it's hidden gems. We both in the front center stage. We both all our business is always public. The communication, what it was, I was drunk. I was on different shit. Like I was on lean and shit too.
Blame them drugs.
Talked about that. And
blame it on the activist.
Really realizing it's affecting my family instead of just me thinking about my own life. Mm-hmm. And so, but then when I grow past that, all my growth. Everything. She loved me how she loved me.
Yeah, I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga.
I'm a real one. Like, I ain't gonna play with you.
Yeah.
And then, because it's affecting you. And it's,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
hey, that's enough, man. Hey, look, I fuck with Offset. I stand with Offset. Offset did the right motherfucking thing. 1, he blamed it on communication. 2, he blamed it on his success. And 3, he blamed it on the drugs. Look, man, that's the trifecta. We wasn't communicating. I'm getting too much motherfucking me money. And at the end of the day, bitch, I was high as fuck. Hey, that's real talk. That's real motherfucking talk. Cause at the end of the motherfucking me day, bro, how do we stop this, bro? Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm rusty as fuck. Rusty as fuck. But at the end of the day, Women have to stop asking other men, why do men cheat? Because all men are not cheaters. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a cheater. I don't believe in cheating because I believe karma is real. Now, have I ever been in a situation when I was talking to multiple women at one time? Absolutely. But I was never in a committed relationship, so it wasn't deemed as cheating. I don't believe in, I remember I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship with this chick, right? And the moment I started to feel like I wanted to fuck another chick and I wanted to start setting up plays to fuck the other chick, I literally just broke up with the girl I was with. Now, some of you may look at that and think that's some wild ass shit to break up with a chick just to go try to fuck with somebody else. But once I broke up with her and wanted to go fuck with somebody else, I never came back. Because I would never want someone to just cheat on me. If you feel like you want to go fuck off on somebody else, whenever you feel that desire that you want to go be with somebody else and that other person caught your attention, so you want to have sex with them and stuff like that, just leave me alone. I wouldn't even take offense to that. I would only take offense to the part to where you keep me around and you still do that. Because at that moment in time, you think I'm a fucking goofy. I would take more offense to you thinking I'm a fucking goofy than you keeping it real and saying somebody else getting that pussy wet. That's the type of nigga I am. They always say treat people how you want to be treated. So the moment that I seen another chick and she was getting this dick hard without even touching it, it's time to break up with you. It's time to migrate over there. That's just how my mind works. That's just how my fucking mind works. You can't ask Offset about a nigga, how a nigga like me thinks. Because clearly Offset don't know how to act when he get around other bitches. I've seen multiple videos of Offset fucking big booty bitches in Africa when they was touring in Africa. We all seen that shit. And granted, I don't blame them. Them bitches over there is stick thick. But you can't ask Offset how a nigga like Hatch is. So I understand women trying to seek out the answer so they can have the answer to the test type shit. But all men don't cheat. All men don't cheat. The same way you don't want to say all women are hoes, all men don't cheat. You're looking at someone, you're listening to someone right now who doesn't believe in cheating. I've seen the pain that cheating has inflicted on my mother. I've seen the pain of cheating that has inflicted on the women in my family. The pain that cheating has inflicted on women in movies. Like, have you seen it? Have you seen a Tyler Perry movie, nigga? I've seen it. I don't want to be looked at as the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. I just don't. As much as an asshole I am, you know what I'm saying? As much as I don't really give a fuck about other people's feelings, you know what I'm saying? I still don't want to be the bad guy. I still want there to be some scumbag ass nigga that I can look at and point the finger at too. I'm sorry. So I don't want to be that fucking guy. So women, you have to stop trying to figure out why all men do. All men don't do that. And for Offset, I mean, look, man, communication is big. I totally understand it. As a man, if I can't talk to a woman, there would never be any part of me that I would give all of me to them. It would never happen. If you can't understand my thoughts, you can't understand what I'm saying, my jokes, if I gotta explain everything to you, if I can't be myself around you, if I can't, tell you everything in my vulnerable moments, we'll never get far. I will cheat on you. I will leave you. I won't be the best boyfriend. It will never happen. Communication is everything. As much as important as that pussy is, communication is probably higher than that. And your communication is excellent. You can have some mid-tier pussy. Hey, if the head good, you probably the one. Trust me, I've been there. But it's just, communication is everything. I haven't been rich. I don't do hardcore drugs. I can't answer for those other two. But communication is every motherfucking thing, man. Moving on, let's get into Lil Meech right fast. He's going viral. Look, man, I feel like I didn't talk about Lil Meech cheating a lot. And then we talk about Lil Meech getting some head with Selena Powell like a McDonald's bathroom or some shit. Now videos got ring camera footage coming out of Lil Meech going to some woman's apartment. I gotta be honest with you, I stand with Lil Meech. That ring camera footage only shows Lil Meech going into an apartment and leaving out roughly 15 minutes later. Now look, I don't know how Lil Meech give it up. I don't know. Me personally, even if I was giving it up on some short shit, on some quickie shit, on some I nutted fast type shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. 15 minutes is still short as fuck. We gotta talk about the whole process. We gotta talk about the whole process of going to a bitch house. How many of y'all ever just went to a bitch house and it was literally out in 15 minutes? 15, usually when you go to a bitch house, they offer you something to drink. You gotta hug them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Grab the ass a little bit. You probably smoke a little bit. You probably gotta roll up a little bit. Motherfucker probably took a piss. Motherfucker did a lot of shit goes down within the first 5-10 minutes. Or you pulling up to a chick crib. Let's just keep it a buck. So for that nigga to leave in 15 minutes, he said that was his cousin. He said that was his cousin, bro. He was helping his cousin with groceries, man. I believe him. Lil Me said it was grocery time. It was grocery time, bitch. But at the same time, I do think sometimes, bro, as men, we do get kind of carried away with the spotlight. As much as I'm, I stand with Lil Meech and stuff like that, I gotta keep it real and say when niggas is moving a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Wow. There's other video footages of Lil Meech at like Summer Walker's concerts and shit. She's up there singing her heart out and shit. And the video pans over to Lil Meech and Lil Meech not paying attention. He's not doing none of that shit. Now I'm not saying that video, that little small video tells the whole story. He can be a big Summer Walker fan. I don't fucking know. But what I'm saying is this. When niggas is popping, our ego and our attitude is on 10. We not humble no more. We not, so we look at things a little bit different. Everything revolves around us. My advice to Lil Meech is this, bro. You gotta start acting like you got some type of, give a fuck about your girl, bro. Because even if these videos are misleading, when they keep stacking up on each other, it's not even about it being true no more. It's about the public perception of your girl now. Because you have to remember that your girl's not just a normal Instagram influencer or some shit like that. Your girl's an actual pop star. She's an actual big deal. So when you out here, you getting in this video and tapes being leaked to you and Selena Powell in some weird ass McDonald's bathroom. When it's tapes and ring cameras and you going in and out of some big booty bitch house, even that is your cousin. When those are being released, when video surfaces, you're not pictured at her concert, and when she come backstage and you're not even getting up to give her a hug, you just basically shoving some flowers in her chest type shit. When all these things start to stack up, it's not a nigga like me saying you're not doing your thing as a man. I don't give a fuck about that. It's me saying that, okay, my nigga, them fans, all them women she's out there singing to, the other women in the industry, the same way she just called out Jada Cheeves and tried to use that as some type of slight against Jada, it's gonna happen to her. Niggas and bitches gonna say they don't want to be a Summer Walker because of you. And then that's gonna really cause the turmoil that you probably won't be able to recover from. So as niggas, bro, we have to stop getting so caught up in our own shit and understand that, bro, a lot of the shit that we be doing, that's little shit that we can just stop, really be having the biggest impact on the women in our lives, bro. The shit that be minor to us, be fucking huge to them, you know what I'm saying? So, Lil Meech gotta get that part of his life in check. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He truly motherfucking do. Oh, man, let's go ahead and get into it. That nigga Lil Meech don't give a fuck about Nathan. He don't really give a fuck about nothing, bro, at this point. Errol Hernandez, brother, bro. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Errol Hernandez, I still to this day think about how cold Errol Hernandez was on the football field. But at the same time, you have to think about how wild this nigga was off the football field. Like, niggas forget that at a certain point in time, he was better than Gronk. And we all understand how great Gronkowski is. But at a certain point in time, Errol Hernandez was better than Gronkowski, my nigga. Like, my fucking toe is crazy, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's fucking crazy. I'm sorry. But Errol Hernandez's brother, made fucking news. Now, I have a little brother, so this one hit me a little bit different. As a big brother, you know, you try to set examples and shit, you know what I'm saying, for the little ones, and make sure that they follow you in the right steps. You want to, every time I ever did something like that can be viewed as negative or something like that, I instantly thought about how my little brother can look at that and think it's okay to do it. I got locked up and I was in jail for a night. My mama came to pick me up and she had my little brother with her. I was mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't want to see him looking at me at any time in my lowest moments of life. And, you know, life is life, you know what I'm saying? Although he's always been there in my lowest moments, so he's seen me, you know what I'm saying, overcome that shit. He takes the inspiration from that. But there's still certain things you just don't want him to either know, see, you know what I'm saying, or have any type of, you know what I'm saying, information about type shit, right? So when I seen this, I instantly thought about the relationship I have with me and my little brother. Hernandez, you know what I'm saying, was a wild boy, was a star football player, was a fucking murderer. This nigga he did shit. They got the evidence is there type shit, right? Hernandez's little brother comes out and he gets arrested. He was arrested for allegedly planning 2 school shootings. Quote says, "We're taking lives if shit isn't paid up. It's been years in planning, just taking notes, names, and locations. They talked their way into this and it's almost a point game." Mug shot, he's smiling like a motherfucker, showing down there all 32 teeth. It made me think about this. You know, we always talked about Hernandez having CTE, is possibly why he did the things he did. Well, what are we going to say about his brother? I don't know if his brother played ball or not. I don't know. Maybe he did. But what are we going to say about his brother? At what point in time do we have to stop looking for excuses for why people are the way they are? Some people just are evil. Some people are just don't have any regard for human life. Some people have just look at things and have different outcomes of the same solutions. Some people just have it like that, bro. Some people just choose violence. Some people, you know what I'm saying, are just, you know what I'm saying, naturally softer. Some people just are impulsive. Some people just look at life as a game. You planning school shootings. You planning school shootings. I'm not looking for no excuse for this nigga. I don't want to hear CTE. I don't want to hear, you know what I'm saying, anything about Aaron fucking Hernandez. Don't even tell me this is Aaron Hernandez's brother. Just put this nigga in a jail cell, B. But as a big brother, when you look at it from that point of view, man, and you understand the influence that you have on another young man, that shit can be, it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like all my friends who have younger siblings, you know what I'm saying. You know what it's like to be doing things and making decisions and, you know, so helping raise a motherfucker and then making decisions to try to, you know, so they can do the right thing for real. Like I tell people all the time, I got my degree partly because, yeah, I wanted to prove to myself I can do it, but I also wanted to prove to my little brother, like, hey, you can do this shit. Because I didn't have nobody I can look at and say, I can do this shit. That's why that was so stressful for me. But for him to be able to look at me and see that, nigga, you know me to the core. You know me to the fucking core. You know I can be successful and do some shit. You can be successful and do some shit. You don't have to go through life with doubt like the way I did. So as a big brother looking at this situation, bro, it's sad, but it makes me believe in my theory that you have to set good examples. It doesn't. I know a nigga right now. You know what I'm saying? I know him and his little brother. Big brother crashed out, little brother crashed out not too soon after. Let me repeat that. Big brother crashed out, little brother crashed out not too soon after. I believe in that shit. I have too many examples in my life to where I've seen older relatives crash out, especially of the same sex. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, if big brother fuck up, little sister still can be successful. big sister may be successful, little brother may be a fuck up. But when it's the same sex, when it's 2 boys, 2 girls, when the older one, whatever example that older one said, more than likely that younger one gonna fall in line. It ain't gotta be the same, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be the same career. But I'm saying if the older one's successful, the younger one usually finds a way to be successful because they have it. They have the blueprint. They see it. But when you see niggas that you know from to the core who probably just like you, when you see them crashing out, when you see them fucking up, not getting nowhere in life, you really have no motherfucking no hope to really do anything. You have to start trying to draw inspiration from outside your household. And we all know how hard that shit is. Drawing inspiration from inside the household is far easier than drawing inspiration from outside the household. Unfortunately, that's the life I had to live. And I made sure that my little brother didn't have to live that fucking life. So when I look at this Aaron Hernandez story, I look at his little brother following damn in the same situation, probably worse, to be honest with you. Probably worse. It strikes a different fucking chord with me personally. I'll just say that. But moving on, man. You know, what's today? Wednesday. I didn't do it today because I was dealing with so much shit behind the scenes. Monday, I did a Moonwalk Monday where I posted, I believe the episode I did with Asia, my queen. Tuesday, I did a Tug It Back Tuesday where I posted the episode where I'm called Dragon Tales. And I planned on doing, a way back Wednesday, of course. Tomorrow I'll do a throwback Thursday. And Friday I'll do a flashback Friday where I'm posting these episodes from my catalog that really stand out to me. And also another way to bring eyes, to some of my old content, get those numbers back in rotation as well. But I recently posted the Dragon Tales episode. And Dragon Tales episode, I reference a lot on this podcast because that's the first episode. That was like episode 14. That was like my 14th episode into this journey. And leading up to that episode, the podcast had started off very strong. Out the gate, I was getting like 80 streams, per episode, which is actually fucking great. Episode 14 came out. The content was already starting to shift into more of a me being more stern with my opinions. And that episode, we talked about transgenders and the LGBTQ plus community. I got into my first riff with that. It was about a man transforming himself into a dragon. And I was saying, how many people need to do this before we view this as normal? Because years ago, we looked at transgenders in the same way. Now, out here in Phoenix, I'll tell you, this shit's kind of normal. This shit's kind of fucking normal. I can't tell you until I've came across them. But the shit's kind of normal. In everyday life, it's normal. Social media has made this shit far more normal. And at one point in time, we looked at that shit as weird, as them niggas was crazy. And that was the first time I kind of tied in mental health with, transgender, people. And that was the first hit that this show ever hit. Viewership, it hit me to a core because that was the first time I felt I was doing something wrong for believing in what I believed in. At no point in time have I ever tried to be disrespectful to that community. I have no beef with that community. That community has been pretty relevant in my life since I was a kid. I have family members who are gay. I have family members who are bisexual as fuck. And I've always known it my whole life. So I've never had an issue with anybody in the LGBTQ plus IA community. Never had one. But that doesn't make me feel that, mental health isn't prevalent in that fucking community, especially when you say you were born in the wrong body. I bring it up because it always comes full circle when I feel justified in my thought process on that subject, because news came out about a man who, I guess you can say, went trans dog.
Wow.
I'll repeat that. He went trans dog. Now, I don't know exactly how motherfucking me, I don't know how I try not to believe everything I see on the internet, right? Remember when that was a thing? There's a man who spent $20,000 to transform himself into a border collie, and and he stepped out and he was walking for the first time in public, right? If you haven't seen the video by now, the man's literally a dog. He's a dog now. He's a dog. You have reports saying that it's a costume, and you have some reports saying no, this nigga actually went through the surgeries to look like this. I don't fucking know. Either way, the man spent $20K to turn himself into a fucking border collie. Any way you look at it, the man turned himself into a fucking border collie. Even if it is a fucking $20,000, you know what I'm saying, outfit, he's walking outside in that motherfucker. And it comes to, I always ask people, you call Hatch a bad guy, you ridicule me, you clown me, you shadow ban my page, you report my content because I tried to tie mental health to transgenders. What the fuck are you going to say about the man who turned himself into a fucking dog?
Wow.
I'll repeat that fucking question for you bitch ass niggas in the back. What the fuck are you going to say about the man who turned himself into a fucking dog? Because you know what he says, right? He believes he was born in the wrong body. He's a dog at heart. He looks at life in the lens of a dog. So what the fuck is the difference when niggas saying that to the person who said that about the dragon? What the between the person who said that about the dragon about the man who said he's a woman for real? No, you have a dick swinging, brother. What is the difference? What's the root of this shit? Fuck the difference. Fuck trying to look at the differences in the shit. What's the root? What's the commonality of this shit? To even know that this is a real fucking thing, a real story, I'm interested to see where we're going to go forward in life because what was I just watching? You ever seen that movie Fifth Element with Bruce Willis and Chris Tucker? Y'all seen that movie where like it's supposed to be in the future and shit? It's like flying cars and you know what I'm saying? But how weird and trippy it is and like and shit like that. Bro, when I see motherfuckers like all this transgender shit, when I see all this motherfucker be this dragon shit, this dog shit, when you just peep all the weird, wild shit that's going on in the world right now, I can see Fifth Element actually fucking happen. Now I don't know about the flying car shit. Who's supposed to been have that? How the fuck hoverboards come before the flying cars? Like, come on, man.
Wow.
Hoverboards is 10 years old by now. We still ain't got a flying car. But that Fifth Element shit look a lot more realistic, man. When you think about the wild shit and the weird shit that motherfuckers is wearing nowadays, like, I don't know, man. Open your eyes, B. Open your motherfucking eyes, man. Moving on, man, before we get the fuck up out of here. News came out. YNW Melly case has been set for retrial. I told y'all that shit was gonna happen, man. I told y'all that the death penalty is probably what made that case go to mistrial. YNW Melly mom had came out and everybody kind of ran with this story that it was 9-3. That 9 jurors wanted to set him free and there was only 3 that wanted to convict him. That's not right. That's not true. An actual juror from the case came out and said no, it was 9-3 the other way. It was 9 people that wanted to convict, and it was only 1 who really stood firm and saying he was not innocent. And then that 1 juror later convinced 2 more to change their vote to not guilty. And that lets me know that what really held them up was the death penalty. Because that's typically how that works. Anytime I've ever watched a case that had a death penalty in it, anytime I watch a documentary with a death penalty, that's always how it is. It will be 1 person that's holding out that believe that it's not, they haven't proven it to a T that person did enough to where they want to kill him, and then ultimately they convince at least 1 or 2 more people. And that's how the mistrials always fucking end up. That's why I'm not surprised that news came out so fast after that the prosecutor's going to be retrying this case. Because the evidence is clearly there to convict this nigga. But when you throw the death penalty on that table and you put that into the hands of 12 innocent civilians and convincing them to kill somebody, you need a gun, you need more witnesses, you need somebody to say that nigga did it, You need a whole bunch more shit to say something to sign up for a death penalty. But to just sign off on sending that nigga to jail, come on, man. We've seen that shit happen for far less. So I'm not surprised that the YNW Melly case is being retried. It is interesting, bro, because it is interesting to see if they're gonna release him on bond or house arrest while he's waiting another trial or something like that. But people have to understand, bro. The evidence, it's enough evidence there to say this nigga did that shit. I don't want to sit here and say he did it. I'm not the prosecutor, but it's enough there to convince me that he did that shit. So I wouldn't be holding my breath on YNW Melly coming home anytime soon, even if it is being retried or house arrest, no shit like that. At Portland, nigga, yeah, you can be on house arrest, bro. Even as much as we know who you are, we don't give a fuck about you. We will take care of your ass once we take care of his ass. That's how they looking at that shit. Because once you get YNW Melly, it's gonna be easier to convict Portland. Because who gonna snitch? Who gonna tell us what really fucking happened? You ain't told us by now. I'm pretty sure you never gonna tell us. So I'm not surprised. I do think it's interesting to see how much of an impact it's had on his fans, because when the news came out about the mistrial, it was so many people posting that shit. Free Melly, free Melly. They might as well let him go. And that always just lets me know, man, when you on social media, you have to remember who's behind these accounts. A lot of these people don't know shit about the justice system. They don't know shit about, you know what I'm saying, how public, the court of public opinion doesn't fucking matter. People don't be knowing shit. They always show their ass when they try to speak so loudly on something, and they be so fucking wrong. YNW Melly ain't coming home no time soon, bro. It's not something I want. It's not something I'm trying to wish upon a nigga. He's not coming home anytime soon. If he does, I'll be the first to come out and say, "Good, congratulations, nigga, you're lucky." But he's not coming home anytime soon. Stop the foolishness. The evidence is there. It's just niggas have to put themselves in the shoes of being in a jury and understanding the history of the death penalty cases and how they usually fucking go. So it's interesting to see it going forward, what's going to happen with YNW Melly, especially with his career, because I think if he drops a project right now, oh my God. I think if he drops a project right now, that shit going to go out the fucking, man, that shit going to go up there. Because everybody wants to know, he's one of the hottest artists in the game right now, and it's not even because of his music. The moment he drops music to go with his fucking his public appeal right now, come on, man. Prime example, you see what happened with Gunna, right? Let YNW Melly drop an album right fucking now. Right fucking now. Even if the content not even gonna be that good because he's fighting for his life. The streaming, come on, man. That's a money play right there. That's a money fucking play right fucking there, bro. It truly motherfucking is. But I think that's all we motherfucking got, bro. Let me see. Run through these topics right fast. Birthday, Sedona recap. Black people don't understand their value. Weaponizing a man's trauma. Terrence Crawford beating the fuck out of Errol Spence. Offset speaking for all men. Lil Meech getting caught up again. How do you make a hoe a victim? Let me just start. How do you make a hoe a victim, bro? Can I ask y'all that? So I've told you about someone walking got like multiple kids under like 5 by like 2 different niggas. Like, how do you make a hoe a victim? Like, you gotta be a wild boy to make a hoe a straight victim. Remember like YK Osiris when he kissed Sukiyana in the mouth all unwillingly and shit? Like, she didn't want that. You gotta be a wild motherfucker. You know you violating when you make a hoe a victim. Like, at that point in time, you gotta go look in the mirror and realize you took it too fucking far. You took it way too fucking far when you make a whole straight victim. That's some wild ass shit. Lil Meech, you moving a little reckless, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Aaron Hernandez, brother, living up to his big brother's legacy. Man goes trans dog, and YNW Melly case set for motherfucking retrial. yeah, man, we getting the fuck up out of here, man. My fucking toe hurt. I'm surprised this motherfucking laptop ain't crashed, man. So let's go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. But with that being said, yo, DJ, drop that fire ass beat, my boy. Damn. But hey, man, y'all already know I give it up on this side, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And how to this episode, man. We out this motherfucker. Peace. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, man. It felt damn good to be back in here recording, man. Technical difficulties is a bitch, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm surprised we got through this recording session with no problem. Let me stop saying that before I jinx the fuck out of myself. I wanted to give you guys, you know what I'm saying, an hour and a half, you know what I'm saying, hour 45-minute episode, but just because I don't really trust, you know what I'm saying, this equipment for real. I just want to get this episode out, and I'll tinker with this shit the next couple of days. Hopefully we can start getting some more longer episodes out for you guys. Who knows, I just may go back to live streaming, bro. I got a whole nother, my camera is set up to my iPad, so I don't even need this laptop. That's just for the audio version of it. If I can find a way to get the audio version another way, we may be on some whole other shit very motherfucking me soon, man. So I just want to say thank you to everybody once again that tapped in with your boy, told me happy birthday. I'm big 28 years old now. Was able to spend it, you know what I'm saying, with somebody I care about, you know what I'm saying, somebody who, you know what I'm saying, went out their way to make sure my birthday was special, you know what I'm saying, like, your own family don't really do that for you. It made me very sad, I'm not gonna lie, I was very sad, you know, that my family didn't really do the things that I expect them to. So for this, you know, for this young woman, my friend is just a friend of mine. For them to do what they did, it meant a lot for me. It made this one of the best birthdays ever. Able to just experience new things in life. You can never take those things for granted, man. You truly motherfucking became. The last time I went anywhere and traveled and looked at different things in the world and experienced that moment, that type of feeling, was when I was traveling before COVID, man. So this is a very special moment for me. And it's just great, man. It's great to be back. Great to be giving y'all some fire ass content. But with that being said, man, I'm out this motherfucker. I'll holler the episode. You feel me? OG is out the motherfucking door. You bitch you. Nah, man, I'll y'all, man. Peace.